अरे, मेरे को इसमें ऑडियो ही नहीं आ रहा।
हेलो माता जी। या वो परमात्मा परमात्मा प्रभु है ना, उन्होंने उनका वॉइस म्यूट हुआ है, तो कीर्तन खत्म करे तो उनको मैसेज किया मैंने, तो देखते हैं फिर अनम्यूट करेगा तो फिर आपको सुनाई देगा।
ओके, थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
हम्म।
Oh, I'm on mute. Hey, Krishna, welcome. Thank you, Lekha Mataji and Sanuj Prabhu for joining online. That's great. And Vinay, Hare Krishna, Vinay. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so who wanted to give the... You should bring your notes, I guess, right? Yes.
Yeah, we discussed several things, but I think some of the few things were important.
Oh, I'm on mute. Hey, Krishna, welcome. Thank you, Lekha Mataji and Sanuj Prabhu for joining online. That's great. And
Prabhuji on the way
Vinay,
coming.
Hare-
Reaching in 5-10 minutes,
Yeah,
like
so much for
20
joining.
minutes. Prabhuji, today me and Arjun both are coming.
Yeah, give me. Okay, so who wanted to... Now you tell me, Mataji, what you were saying. Sorry, go ahead.
Prabhuji, me and Arjun both are on the way coming today. I am also coming. I took off.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please come. Yeah, so happy. Yeah, you're coming on the way, right?
Yes, sir. Me and Arjun.
That's great. Thank you, Saloni and Arjun. Okay. So what was that we wanted to discuss? Yeah, what is the summary of last week?
So main thing would be importance of Bhagavad Gita. I think we had one slides where we're discussing the importance of Bhagavad Gita, and we had taken 4 main points, which is Bhagavad Gita's authentic spiritual literature. Second is which could free us from all the sufferings of life. Third would be we should take Krishna consciousness very seriously, and I think we understood one shloka from Bhagavad Gita chapter 17 or Vidhi. I'm trying to remember the same.
Okay. So, okay. Did we discuss that? Okay. Avidhi Purvakam means doing things, right things, but in a wrong way. You see, I gave an example of a son going to America, and the son calls back his mother and says, "Hey, I want to cook rice, my dear mother. Please explain me how to do that." In a very simple language, he says, "Hey, there should be a fire, and on top of it, there should be a vessel inside that rice with water, and that will boil. That's all." And that fellow nicely kept in fire here, and he hanged the vessel there. So will it cook? Impossible, right? So that's how it is. Everybody want to do the devotional service in this world, but they don't know what is the right process. Without the right process, the right result will not come. So that is where we discuss. Yes, thank you for that point. Yes, please go ahead.
Then we had one other point from Bhagavad Gita as well, chapter 12. I think it's text 6 and 7, where we see that how Lord is the swift deliverer of devotees from the ocean of birth and death. And I think the example we took was of the Gajendra Moksha.
The preparer of We take the benefit of it. Right? It's not that someone else will get the benefit. Krishna is need anything to give him, but he is merciful upon us because we are all struggling. Agreed. Anybody in this room who will say, Prabhu, I never struggled in this life at all. Everything is so easy. I desire it will come.
No.
Aisa hai koi? Then I will say Hare Krishna. Okay.
God is so merciful that even in the atheist or somebody who's not trying to understand the concept of God or who doesn't believe in God, his intelligence is also given by Krishna himself.
Now, who don't believe in God? His intelligence is also given by Krishna.
Himself. It's so merciful. That's fine. You keep that intelligence with you.
Right? So you triggered me.
I will still give you.
Yeah. You know, the Lord, okay, let me tell you a simple story. How did Lord Krishna departed from this world?
He was resting under the tree.
Okay.
He got hit by an arrow.
Hit by an arrow. Where that arrow hit him? He hit the toe. And then he departed.
That's impossible.
Right? Exactly. How is it impossible? Somebody hitting the nail, even the diabetic patient, they get amputated the finger, still they are living.
He departed by choice, right?
It's
Achilles' heel. Achilles also died.
Sorry?
Achilles' heel.
Achilles? What is it?
That is a Greek hero. He also died when.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But logically, he was given a curse from some lady, I don't remember the name, that your one leg will.
But I think curse is not like the law doesn't allow. It's not gonna happen to Krishna. It's Supreme Personality.
It's Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the point what I'm driving here is, whenever Krishna does a pastime, there are some set of people who accept him, okay, as a Supreme Lord, and they say, you see, Lord has done a pastime, a very nice pastime, okay, and there are other set of people who say, hey, Krishna is God, just by like this he died, so he is no more a God. You see what I'm saying? So there are people who are believers of the Supreme Lord who have a faith, and some people do not have faith. But from Krishna's perspective, some people who faith on how funny it is. Right?
That arrow sign on the Krishna's feet.
On that arrow sign.
He has that chinnas, right, on his feet.
That is the response. That's a eternal feet of the Lord, and that Lord's feet or foot has some specialty. We are not going. Now, what I was trying to tell over here is Krishna is trying to make the people believe what they want to believe. He's not forcing anybody. I believe God, he will make arrangements. Oh, this child is really wanting me. Let me give an environment where he can definitely believe me. He can do the devotional service to me, and he can also see me. Like Narada Muni was doing the tapasya, and suddenly Lord appears before him. The beautiful form of the Srimad Bhagavatam said, right? So he is reciprocating to them, correct? But then for the atheist people, the Lord is not reciprocating, or rather he is reciprocating in a negative way, right? He is reciprocating in a negative way. They more and more they hear the pastimes of Krishna, more and more they become atheist. Arey, what you people give bhoga to the Lord? I give 10 laddus to the Lord. 10 laddus are coming back. Where did Lord had eaten? Did Lord eat anything? Why can, the child may say, there are wonderful stories which talks about that. Anyways, coming back to our point. So Lord is the swift deliverer of devotees. Anyone who trusts him, he will immediately reciprocate it. It's only we who cannot understand, because our radio frequency is not matched with the frequency of the Supreme Lord. And that frequency we match now by doing what? Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Now, why did I raise my hand? I could have said like this also, right? Something, maybe he's doing exercise, huh? Workout while preaching, teaching. What does that mean?
You are emitting radio frequency.
The antenna, these two are hands of antenna. Wow. Wow. What a perception. Maza aa gaya.
This is what happens if you watch the superhero movies. No, like we usually as humans we don't do this movement much, so our muscles does not.
You are a kind of
So
a gym
that's why
master, I guess.
does that.
I know, you are a gym master, I guess, okay? Okay, the meaning here, you see, there the person is raising the hand. Now, when you go to any specific places, especially you enter into the airport, they will check you. What you will do?
Yes.
Why are you doing like this? Which resembles, I am now completely surrender. You can do whatever you want to do. You see? That's the meaning. Krishna, I am soul surrendered unto you. I have no other refugee. There is nobody I can trust upon in this world. The wife, the husband, the children, everybody. One day have to leave us and go. Unfortunately, today, one of our devotees' child, who is 2 years, he passed away yesterday night. It was for 2.5 months, he struggled in the hospital. Continuously, multiple operations on the heart, multiple operations on the liver. 2 years old boy. It felt so sad. So when everything is okay in our life, as long as everything is okay, my words, my thoughts will be entirely different. The moment the body doesn't work the way it should work, right? The mouth cannot speak, the nose cannot breathe, ventilator lagate hain, right? At that time, our thoughts are absolutely different. Even the biggest enemy comes and says, please help me. You'll cry before him, right? Because our helplessness, actually, Bhagavad Gita says, we are all, whether we are healthy or unhealthy, we are helplessly going around, influenced by the 3 modes of nature. Okay. Hi kaschit kshanam api jatu tishthanti akarmaprat. Right? Okay. So it is said in the 3rd chapter, 5th verse, that we are helplessly being dragged by 3 modes of nature. Sometimes in the mode of goodness, sometimes in the mode of passion, sometimes in the mode of ignorance. Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. So that's how we are all struggling. So one who is intelligent can understand, Krishna, we are unnecessarily struggling ourselves here. Please remove me from all this kind of sufferings. He will take this devotional service very seriously. And then the Lord is the swift deliverer of the devotees from the ocean of birth and death. Birth can happen anytime and death can happen anytime. Nobody has any guarantee. Okay, so let's do this. Importance of the Bhagavad Gita amongst the Vedic literature. This we discussed last time. There are some testimonials where these great personalities, Einstein or, Dr. Radha Krishnan, Gandhi, etc., great personalities have appreciated this Bhagavad Gita. Okay. And in fact, you can test yourself. Okay, I'll tell you, whenever your mind is reeling around under full of anxiety, for some tension or something, I am a soul surrender unto you. Just open the page. Whatever here, there, whatever the verses are there, please read. Something will be there for you, definitely, which is a message completely given by Krishna. And then how strong we can become. Our faith will increase because of that. Here, who is learned is kind of illiterate, but is trying to read it. Whatever little verses, sometimes correctly, sometimes incorrectly. But then the other personality whom we are seeing is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Krishna himself. He was asking, hey, why are you crying? Because you cannot read it, or what is the reason? He says, whenever I see the picture on the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full of what? What are those 6 things? Let me test.
Beauty,
Beauty, fame,
knowledge,
okay. Knowledge, okay. Intelligence, okay. Renunciation,
Power, strength,
wealth, right? There are 6 opulences Krishna has full and forever, correct? That's what we learned. And then here we are seeing that, that's great Supreme Personality of Godhead is just a menial servant job, chariot driver bane, right? So that is what he's thinking, how merciful, right? Bhakta Vatsala, the word used there, right? So one should understand that the Supreme Lord is always kind to his devotees. Okay. Now, upon seeing the devotion of the South Indian Brahmana, Lord Chaitanya embraced him and then told him that he had perfected the recitation of the Bhagavad Gita. Understanding Bhagavad Gita and application is the key thing, right? Recitation is one that begins, right? But not just as recitation, but one should understand. But that not just understanding, okay, one should expertly understand and apply in our life, right? So some Chinese proverb is there which says, an umbrella which is not open is useless, right? There is an umbrella, rain is falling, I don't know how to open it, but I'm going and getting drenched. What's the use? Kuch fayda hai wahan par? No use at all, right? We need to open that. So the knowledge has to be applied. Science and technology, right? We talk about science is the knowledge, technology is the application of the science, right? So that's where here Lord Chaitanya is telling the Brahmana that you have perfected your recitation of Bhagavad Gita because you have understood that great supremacy of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Okay. So now here we see, let's see here. Anand Prabhu, want to read?
The Mayavadis are persons who consider the form of Lord Krishna to be Maya or made of material elements. Out of envy, they deny the sacred Ananda spiritual form of the Lord. They go not to serve the Lord, but to merge with the personal Supreme Brahmana and become God. Thus, their small brains cannot understand how Supreme Personality of God can become the charioteer of his devotee and chariot of his Lord.
What are the points? So Mayavadi is a new term for you people, I guess.
group of people.
Yeah, there is a group of people. Vada means what? Vada.
which are
Huh? Point of view, right?
Collective group which have certain point of view.
Vada is basically argument. School of thought, argument or discussion kind of thing. You said something, Prabhu? Gossip, okay. Okay. So it is something beyond that.
Means argument, yeah.
Okay.
Argument.
Vada. Veda Vada Rataha. Bhagavad Gita talks about. Okay. Anyway. So here Mayavadis are persons who consider the form of Krishna, Lord Krishna, to be Maya. Maya means what? That which is not. That which is not is called Maya. Right? We are not this body. Okay. I am not a boy or a girl, but I'm thinking I am this and that.
Yeah, please.
Okay. No, we are not going in detail. Mataji, don't worry. Okay. Varieties of genders are there, right? At birth, what is your gender? क्या बात पूछ रहे हैं यार? At birth and after birth, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so the point here is these people are those set of people who are completely in Maya, okay, and they consider Krishna to be material element. He is also a material body. And as I was saying, Krishna is so expert that he will fulfill the faith of an atheist to become more atheist, and a theist to become more atheist, or a devotee more a devotee. Now, in the middle of the battlefield, on maybe it's 10th day of the battlefield, if I'm not wrong. So Arjuna is trying to, Bhishma is putting all his energies. He promised Duryodhana, today either I will live or Arjuna will live, or either I will die or Arjuna will die. Duryodhana, don't feel that I'm not fighting, because Duryodhana triggered his anger, saying that, oh, Bhishma Pitamaha, you are the grandfather, your dearest grandson is Arjuna. You are not really doing a fight with Arjuna because you have a soft corner with him. For a Kshatriya, infamy is as good as a death, right? He said, no, don't worry at all. Tomorrow, either you will see me or Arjuna, right? Hare Krishna Mataji. So either you see me or Arjuna, that's all. Then what happened? He started putting a lot of strong arrows, right? And at times, Krishna was taking those arrows and it was hitting Krishna. And the blood was oozing. Okay? From the Krishna's body, blood was coming out. And it is explained in the Bhagavatam. It's just like when a devotee puts a flowers on the Lord, will it hurt anybody? It is so soothing. For the Supreme Lord Krishna, these strong arrows, the weapons which are hitting Krishna, were just like loving flowers falling upon him. But externally, people are seeing what? Blood is oozing. Now, in the Vedic scriptures, it is said, even for Bhishma Deva, we discussed last time, I guess, right? He was on that deathbed, but all the pain was taken away by Krishna. So many arrows. If that's the case, how can Krishna's body can bleed? Because he's also concerned about atheistic children. Let me satisfy their thought. Otherwise, how can they live happily? Right? Everybody has to live happily to some extent or the other. He created Mahamaya in such a way that they feel they are happy even in a suffering condition. For example, a pig, which is eating only wonderful tasty stool, sorry to use those words, that's the truth back in India, and it is thinking I'm enjoying with my dozens of piglets and a she pig. But he is thinking, wow, enjoying. And it's truth, once because of an offense, Indra did an offense to his spiritual master. He was cursed to become pig. There was a tenure of punishment. After that, all the demigods went there and said, please come back. Your position is vacant, man. Please come, sir. Your punishment is over. He said, who are you? Why are you asking me? I'm enjoying so nicely in this muddy area. Kitna acha hai, huh? You're rolling here and there with all little cute little piglets. He's kissing, cursing, kiddling, whatever he's doing, with the little piglets. So loving affection, right? But then, is that a pig's life happy for us? Can anyone think about it? We can eat gulab jamun, nothing else other than that, right? So think about it. But then the pig is thinking, Indra in the body of a pig is thinking, I'm enjoying with my wonderful family. That is Maya. Because though the suffering is there in this world, how do we continue to suffer? When we have little element of happiness, khushi or gum. सिर्फ सिनेमा नहीं देखना, भगवान बता रहे हैं कभी खुशी कभी गम. हाँ, कभी खुशी अच्छा है अपना, ये है, ठीक है. Then here Mayavadis are those people who cannot understand the position of the Supreme Lord. His body is never material, not made up of any this like us. This is will die one day. Krishna's body will never die. Okay, he can do all kinds of pastimes. Janma karma chane divyam evam yogiti tattvataha chektva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna is telling, oh Arjuna, whoever knows my birth, means my appearance and my activities, janma karma divyam. What is that? Janma karma chane divyam. Krishna's body is fully transcendental. Chektva deham punarjanma. Chektva means giving up. Deham means the body, this material body. Chektva deham punarjanma. Rebirth. Punarjanma means rebirth. Naiti mameti. So Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, Any living entity who understands my position as a transcendental, he will never ever take birth again in this material world. Think about you people have learned so much of mathematics or science and your engineering or medical or blah, blah, blah. You're asked to write the same exam again and again to get 100%. Will you be happily jumping to do that? Let me see how many people will do. Nobody want to do that again, right? Same thing, repeat again. Impossible. We don't like it. But we are end up doing it helplessly, right? So Krishna is telling that this material realm is a place of suffering. Okay, but the Mayavadis don't understand. That's where it is said they think the form of the Lord Krishna is also Maya, enviousness. Now, sometimes somebody go into a very strong reversals. Itani parashani ho jati hai, we don't know. And then they may think, Krishna has no love on me. You see, last week only I put $1,000 donation to Krishna. You know, people may think and they become stand. Oh, I give $1,000. Let me go and ask the president. President, can you give back my $1,000? I lost my job. What is the use of giving money to Krishna? The big is going on. So the Lord is so merciful that, you know, so he is eternal. He is full of knowledge, and out of envy they deny, right? And their goal is not to serve the Lord, but to merge with the impersonal Supreme Brahman and become God. Little bit of technical terms, don't worry. Okay, Brahman is the effulgence, the light coming from the transcendental body of Krishna. Okay, the body of Krishna is so effulgent that nobody can see the form of Krishna. Think about, we are driving in the night. It's not possible unless there are help of other lights. In the dark, we cannot see that light. We cannot see the source of that light. Then think about Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya. No, Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya. Yeah, right? That is the verse in the Brahma Samhita says that, you know, even you put millions of sun planets together, still the light coming from that group of suns is negligible in compared to the light coming from Krishna's transcendental body. Then how can we see him? We cannot see him unless he gives us the chakshu, like Arjuna got the chakshu, right? Special eyes, right? Okay, premanjana churita vilochinena shanta sadaiva hridayeshu vilokriyanti yam shyama sundaram achintya guram swarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. This is from Brahma Samhita, where Lord Brahma is telling, you know, the Lord will only be seen by the pure devotees of the Lord. Not anybody can see. Only Krishna will make an arrangement that the light effulgence will not affect the eyes of the devotee so that he can see the beautiful form of the devotee. All other people, they can't see the source. They only see the Brahma Jyoti. Here Mayavadism means these people think the Lord has no form. It's only light. Have you heard those philosophies?
Yes.
They meditate upon the light. Dark, you know, and then this put a candle there and meditate upon. The whole source is light. Everything came from light. Right? So that is their limited understanding. Though the light is coming from whom? Krishna. So those people cannot understand because Krishna is not showing them. Okay, Krishna will not show to these foolish people. He tells in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samagata. Right? He is covered by Okay. Now, as we, what is this?
Now, ask one question. The Aladini Shakti, and what is the relationship between Sachidananda and
That is too much for this class.
Okay.
Okay. No, we don't want to go that way.
Okay, fine.
Okay. You should ask the class of this class. You know, we are in the first grade, ask the questions of first
Okay.
grade. You're asking the final grade question and too tough. Okay. So anyway, who want to read this? Rishabh, you want to read that?
The message of Bhagavad Gita is confidential and will remain hidden to the mundane scholars who try to misinterpret the Lord's words. They do so out of envy for the Lord and to put themselves in the forefront. Such commentators can be compared to a bee licking the outside of a bottle of honey. One cannot have the taste of honey unless one opens the bottle and licks the contents. No matter how much one is well versed in computer software, one cannot do anything without knowing the password of the computer. Similarly, the password to understand Bhagavad Gita is the spirit of devotion and submissiveness to the Lord and his devotees.
So, what is the point here? The important message? One needs to devote oneself to the Lord. It's a password, right? If you want to access internet here, you need a password. Wi-Fi, correct? Either home or here, office, anywhere. So here the message of Bhagavad Gita is confidential and will remain hidden to the mundane scholars who try to misinterpret the Lord's words. So Krishna is such a state. He's the highest, right? It's not easy to understand him unless one takes shelter. Now in the Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 2nd verse. Okay, let me bring that so that you can read. Okay. There is a wonderful verse in the chapter 9, verse number 2. Please repeat after me. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshavagamanam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam. So, what does this mean? Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam. Let somebody read it. So, yes, Jai.
So translation, right?
Yes, translation only.
This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge and gives direct perception.
Sorry.
It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed.
This knowledge is the king of all knowledge. We may study engineering, how to go to moon, or what to do with our biology, the anatomy, etc., big data, small data, any data. But ultimately, no knowledge can beat the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. This is the king of knowledge. Who is telling this? Krishna is the supreme creator. He is telling this, not anyone. Okay. Oh, you people are devotees. So you people try to publicize this, promote this. People do say, when we go for a Buddhist student, say, oh, you are from ISKCON, so you are publicizing Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Or promoting Bhagavad Gita. Yes, we will say, yes, we will definitely promote. Because Krishna promoted it. What's there in that, right? Raja Vidya, king of all knowledge. Raja Guhyam. Guhyam means what? What is Guhyam?
Guhyam.
Secret, correct? So how is Bhagavad Gita secret? When it is open like this, everybody can buy a book and read it. What's the secret in it? Yes?
To understand.
To understand?
So what is the password to the computer? That's the secret, right?
Yeah, but
How to
then,
get the meaning of.
yeah, that's
How
true.
to get the true meaning and how to apply it.
True meaning. Yeah. So anybody else? Good? Huh?
Like you can understand Bhagavad Gita through the Guru, then you can understand it. Otherwise, if you just read it, you will not understand it.
Just read it, we don't understand, we need a guru. Okay?
Without submitting to God, without devotion, you can understand.
Without proper submission, without surrender to the Lord, one cannot understand fully. One can understand little things and one may misinterpret also. Every word has multiple meanings. In the Sanskrit, there are 12 meanings for each word, which you said. Which meaning we should fit in there? It is too tough, right? So we have to understand. So here it is, this is a secret of all secrets, right? Though we may read this Bhagavad Gita one time, when we read it second time, we will understand more than what I learned last time. Third time, I will learn much more than that. Fourth time, much more than that. So in this way, Bhagavad Gita is the secret of all knowledge. And the real core realization comes through the bona fide spiritual master who has already seen the truth, right? So we need to approach a bona fide spiritual master like Guru. There are so many gurus. I open the YouTube channel. Okay, there are so many channels. So many gurus are there. So we have to be careful. Okay. So that's where we need to go and find a bona fide spiritual master who comes from the disciplic succession. So secret of all secrets, it's the purest. Pavitram, that is the purest. Idam Uttamam, the topmost, right? And because it gives the direct perception of the self-realization, right? It is joyfully performed. Susukham karum avyayam, right? So now, when we have, let me open that. I don't know, why is this not working properly? Okay, so sorry. Here what is said, very important analogy. What is that analogy? There is a bottle you are seeing. What is that bottle? Honey. Money is honey today, unfortunately. But the real honey, if you want to taste, if you are licking from outside the bottle, will you get a taste? कितना मीठा है बोलेगा कोई? कोई नहीं बोलेगा, हैं?
Someone who's ignorant of the real taste will say, "बाहर का मीठा है."
हाँ, बाहर से भी मीठा बोल सकता है. That's very important point. That is Mayavadism. They don't see the reality, but they fall prey to this illogical things. They are thinking logical. Okay, they are logically illogical, unfortunately, and they misunderstand things. So we have to open the lid and then put it on the tongue. Okay, then we will taste. Wow, kitna meetha hai. Hai na? Otherwise not. So to understand this Bhagavad Gita, so the practical application is absolutely required. So what are we? How to start with? Start with Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So by raising the hand, we are saying, please pick me up, my dear Lord, soul surrendered unto you. Right? Now, anyways, so that's where he has said, one cannot have the taste of the honey unless one opens the bottle and licks the contents. No matter how much one is well versed in the computer software, one needs a password to enter into that. Otherwise, no use. Now, is the Bhagavad Gita real or symbolic? That's a people ask the questions, you know. So let me see. Read. Yes, Prabhu.
Really?
Yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Able to see?
Okay. Bhagavad Gita is a real historical dialogue between the supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna and Arjuna. This historical dialogue was recorded for the benefit of all future generations. Kurukshetra is historical base that exists in the base. All the characters of Mahabharata, like Arjuna, Yudhishthira, Duryodhana, etc., all real characters who truly exist. Modern scientists, based on the research on excavations, have proved that a personality called Sri Krishna existed 5,000 years ago, and that well-developed city Dwarka also existed. Exhibits of such excavations can be seen today in the monuments at Kurukshetra and Dwarka.
Okay, so here, Prabhupada wanted to make sure that we don't think this is just a symbolic. Because some of the people say that, oh, there is no Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or Lord Krishna. Whatever the Ratha is said, the body, and these are senses, this is something they have varieties of analogy to understand this. But in reality, this is the history. This is not a story.
Generally, people say, some people say, sages, they have imagined and written.
Sapna dekha huwa.
They have just imagined they have written.
Yeah.
Just
People
like
may think.
they wrote Panchatantra, right?
Just like Panchatantra moral stories. Somebody wrote this, it's like the God is like this, Even many of the so-called Hindus doubt whether Hanuman was really there. Can a monkey can fly? Okay. Oh, you reminded me. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so
but it's a Vanar, right? It's
Yeah.
both monkey and man.
Right. Vanara.
But man also not flying.
Like Narasimha, man and lion, like
Okay.
same thing, right? No, I don't know.
You're asking or telling?
I'm just confirming.
Okay.
Without-
No, Vanara means he is neither fully a man nor fully an animal. He's in between.
That is a debate, right? Nice debate.
Yeah. Yeah. Lot of debates keep going on. Don't watch all those things. Okay, rather.
Drugs and prasadam. Yeah, it's famous now.
The latest one?
Yeah, latest one. People drugs on the prasadam. Drugs in our prasadam.
Who said that?
There is one Rahul Arya.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's telling himself like I'm the representing the Arya Samaj, okay? And they at the ISKCON devotee told like he's like using bad words to the Amogila Prabhu. And the ISKCON one of the devotee told him to bring the one day the date from your Arya Samaj and like representing Arya Samaj and he will do the debates. And he said, no, I wanna like do debate on Bible. He's telling that now.
So Krishna will empower them to remain in this material world. Okay. They are anyways not going to listen. So okay, do it. Prabhupada always gives a very simple example. One child sitting before a fan, a table fan, okay, nicely he was enjoying and then said, what is happening inside this? Then father tells, there are wings in it and it is so fastly going. No, there are no wings, nothing seen here. Let me put my finger. The father says, no. He says, no, I will put, nothing is there, Papa. Don't you see? You have glasses, 4 glasses. I think you don't see properly. I see properly, he said. Okay. My father has a sight. I don't have a sight. Okay. Let me put a finger. Father tried to explain again and again. This fellow is not really. Then he said, okay, go. Later, don't tell me. And what happens? Everybody knows.
I've done it.
You done it? Hare Krishna. Good realize, self-realize. Okay.
No, but I knew that there were wings over there.
Still you do it.
Wow.
Huh? I have no words now. So now the point here is, these are some people like the child, the foolish child, knowingly also or unknowingly also he'll put the finger and they will hurt. So Mayavadis are those people, just like those people are saying drugs are put into prasadam. They're dreaming world. Okay, let them be happy. Krishna will make so many arrangements. Oh, be here only, ever. You forever used to remain here. Anyway, so back to this point here, the Bhagavad Gita is a real historical dialogue between the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna and Arjuna. It's not a myth We say mythology, right? There is a term. What do you mean by myth? Myth means what? Lies? That doesn't exist. Myth. Oh, ऐसा है क्या?
According to Hindu mythology.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is where
Mythology.
first time I heard the word mythology.
No.
Myth means kind of a story, right?
no, it is
This it's like a Mithya Brahm,
Drum, okay.
doesn't exist.
myth. Okay, so it's not mythology, it's not a myth, right? It's the reality. How people, some Britishers wanted to, actually, if we see the times of Chanakya Pandita and at those times, they say, our Indian culture, okay, Bharat culture was so strong that, nobody can invade it. Okay, everybody is strongly rooted. So something they have to do. They understood they have a spiritual knowledge. The source of spiritual knowledge is so strong that they cannot be disturbed or divided. Then they have to cook something in a different way. Oh, this is myth, mythology. Ology is a study of something, right? Okay, we have so many oncology, viscology, psychology, whatnot. Hundreds and hundreds are there, right? They have created one nice term in English, mythology, and making everybody fool of that, right? So it's not that, it is the reality. This is a historical dialogue which was recorded for the benefit of all future generations. Simply by hearing, okay, about this Bhagavad Gita, one will learn who am I, first point, right? And who is the Supreme Lord? What is this whole Prakriti is of? Why am I part of this so-called Prakriti as a trapped? We are all trapped in this body, in the circumstances. Somebody is trapped in a job, somebody is trapped in a house, somebody is trapped in somewhere else, right? अरे यार फंस गया यार इस आदमी से ऐसा बोलते हैं ना. So we are all trapped in this, right? So we have to understand for all the future generations, the Lord has given this Bhagavad Gita so that we become free from all these things. And Kurukshetra is a historical place. So the picture here it is shown, Dwaraka in the deep sea, still identified. Okay, Ram Setu is identified, right? The bridge where Lord Rama has constructed, and so on and so forth. So one should understand that modern scientists, based on the research on excavations, have proved that personality called Sri Krishna existed 5,000 years ago, and well-developed city Dwaraka also existed. So that's how we should understand that this is reality, not an historical. Okay. Naman Prabhu, would you like to read?
One should never twist the actual truth and try to pull out some
Allegorical.
Allegorical.
Some mundane commentators speculate that Kurukshetra is the body and the Pandavas are the five senses. Krishna is a liberated soul, and Arjuna represents a conditioned soul, and etc. In India, there are hundreds of commentaries of Bhagavad Gita interpreted by authors with no devotion, but only meant to speculation. Such commentaries full of speculation are lying in old libraries covered with dust, devoid of any practical application.
You see how they twist the meaning. These children are looking a lot of us. So what is said over here? They bring or derive some kind of allegorical meanings out of it. What they are saying now, Kurukshetra is the body. Okay, there is no real Kurukshetra as if. But when we see Google search also, they will show where is Kurukshetra. Huh? How foolish can be? Somebody can be so foolish. Think about it. They don't believe because they're envious. They don't believe God at all. Okay, so they are making this cooked up story. Okay, so what is it cooking there? Kurukshetra is the body, and the Pandavas are the five senses, because five senses are there. Okay, but Bhagavad Gita says there are. Who said? 10. Okay. Okay, it's a different levels, different senses. Okay, 6 senses he says in one place. Okay, of course 10 is also correct. Okay, and many more also there. Okay, anyway, so you see at
They
every
also say that the horses are senses, right?
that's what there are other set of people, they are saying horses are senses, but here this person is Pandavas are senses.
Okay.
Okay, देखो कैसा कि भिन्न है ये. Varieties are there. Okay.
Horses are senses, that is given in Bhagavad Gita.
In the Bhagavad Gita, yes.
That is already given. So that Krishna himself explains.
Yeah.
No debate about it.
So that's, we are safe in that area. Okay.
But there are only 4 horses over there.
That's okay, bro. Don't worry about Goras. Okay. That is something
That is
small.
according to the chariot. There's
Yes.
just an instance that 5 horses pulling in different direction. Will
Yeah.
confuse.
Yeah. And here it is said that Krishna is the liberated soul. ये देखो उनको सोल ही बोल रहे हैं when while he is Paramatma, right? And then what is the other one here? Arjuna is a conditioned soul. So in India there are a lot of people who has written commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, but the author is a great scholar. Okay, and that scholar person, the learned person with his Kalpanik Shakti, okay, it is called, that is speculative power, power of dream, power of Kalpanik Shakti. They ultimately write something. You know, that's how whole world is going on, but that's not the reality. Krishna is telling Arjuna, sorry, Srila Prabhupada is saying, as long as one do not have a devotion for Krishna, he might write 100 things, but that will not change anybody's lifestyle. That's what I was telling. I searched a lot. In our school time, we had one subject in Hindi, okay, where there is a pipe, black color pipe and yellow color chickens enter inside this little pipe. They come out. And they come out black in color. Anybody remember that? I don't know. कोई स्कूल में आजकल है ही नहीं. इतना पुराना हो गया क्या मैं? हो गया. Anyway, so what does that mean? You know, one is entering a yellow colored body, chickens entering, and it becomes black. That means one who goes through the pipe, the effect of the black, you know, it's a smoking pipe or whatever, right? So when it enters, all the black ash or whatever color is attached to that. So in that sense, if anybody reads the Bhagavad Gita, entering here with zero knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, goes through the real Bhagavad Gita, what he should come out? With wonderful devotion, pure devotion. If he had a habit of eating meat, intoxication, gambling, illicit relationships, etc., they all will be dissolved and coming out as a pure devotee. That is the power of pure Bhagavad Gita commentary, right? Rather, people are saying that, you know, oh, there is no Krishna existing at all. What kind of Bhagavad Gita is that? Now, one single personality, like His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, went all over the world. He made everybody understand their reality. He was not going and, you know, converting, you know, just like, you know, a conversion from one religion to another religion. That's not his aim at all. Initially, people ask so much of things, you know, yeah, do you want us to convert to your Hinduism? He said, no, you understand your philosophy properly. Love of Godhead is the whatever things. But even despite studying so much, you still don't understand. I am here to teach. This Bhagavad Gita is a science. It's not for Hindu or Christian or Muslim. It is meant for everybody. It's a science, the book of science. Can we say mathematics is evolved in India, so it only belongs to Indians? Physics, somewhere American got it, so it belongs to American? No, science is science, acceptable everywhere. Okay, it is the same in every place. So here one should understand that those kind of unscrupulous authors who have been writing so many things, we simply get deviated. So we need to take that scripture, which is authentic in nature. Let me see here. Let me see here. Yes, you want to read? No? Okay, you want to read?
Such misinterpretations have no potency to evoke the dormant devotion in the heart of living being towards Sri Krishna. However, Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of ISKCON, presented Bhagavad Gita as it is. Within 4 or 5 short years, thousands of people all over the world became Krishna conscious. Now over 1 million people worldwide are chanting Krishna names. This is the potency of presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is without changing the purpose of which Lord Krishna presented the Bhagavad Gita.
It is said that a spiritual master is a medium, via medium to understand Bhagavad Gita. And it's a transparent medium. It's not that he is an obstruction between Krishna and us. When we sit in the Bhagavatam class in the morning time, sometimes very new people walk in, okay, with a bag of rice or this or that. 20, 30 people are sitting and listening Bhagavatam, but they just cross-section inside and they go other side. They don't even think of, you know, they may get disturbed. They don't even bother about it. Hey, what these people are speaking? I only want Krishna. My devotion is only for Krishna. And all these people are not like me. I'm a great devotee. He walks inside between the people. A speaker is speaking here, 10, 20 people are listening, and directly cutting off whole thing, and they'll go. So such people are not having complete knowledge of who is the Supreme Lord and what is the potency of his devotees. You see? So here, because they have not understood the real devotion in the heart. But Prabhupada is saying every one of us, every living entity has that devotion in the heart, hidden in a dormant form. Nitya Siddha, Krishna Prema. How can I forget? Nitya Siddha, Krishna Prema. Please check it out too. Okay. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Kare Udaya. Okay, I forgot one line. Kare Udaya. Yes. So simply by hearing oral reception of the Vedic scriptures, what happens is our heart will be purified. Our dormant Krishna consciousness will now come out. Otherwise, it is hidden in the heart. Everyone is having love for Krishna, whether he's born in America, Africa, UK, US. Saying is easy, but Prabhupada showed every word, right? Sadhya Kabunaya. What Sadhya bhul gaya main. Kabunaya. Sadhya Kabunaya means, by performing the sadhana, okay, all the dormant love for Krishna will be uplifted. It will manifest outside. It's not an externally somebody has to give us the love, then it will come. No. Love is already there in the heart. That's what it says. Such misinterpretation have no potency to invoke dormant devotion in the heart of the living being towards Sri Krishna. And who can invoke that dormant, sleeping bhakti, love for Krishna? Only a pure devotee can kindle that. He can only just change it. Then love for Krishna will increase. He has that. Whether it is day, whether it is night, whether it's conscious, always thinking about Krishna. Okay, so that is the potency of a pure devotee. Now, that's where Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, presented this Bhagavad Gita as it is. No misinterpretation, right? That's where what happened with that result. Because it is as it is, he went all over the world and make all the devotees. Actually, Indians were minority when Srila Prabhupada was there. In a group of 100 people, maybe 1 or 2 are Indians. Rest of the things are other than Indians only. How strongly he could have convinced everybody. Bhagavad Gita as it is, because it is as it is. And he tells it's coming through the parampara, through the disciplic succession. Islam, I'm just giving everything what it is. And many times when I do my little study and research, every verse, what it is given, it goes back to the scriptural injunctions. It goes back to his spiritual master. Everything is coming from there. He simply gave it as it is. And it absolutely has a potency. So this is the potency of presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is, without changing the purpose for which the Lord presented the Bhagavad Gita. In the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 76 and 77. Okay, 75 talks about the importance of the spiritual master. Let me bring that, if I can, so that we will just read that. Oh, no, not this one. 18th chapter, penultimate shloka, and this is a verse. Vyasa prasadat shrutvan etad guhyam aham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat kathayata swayam. Yes, Sunny Prabhu, would you like to read? Yeah.
By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these
most confidential directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna.
So whose words are this? Sanjaya's
Sanjaya.
words, right? Sanjaya is concluding this entire Bhagavad Gita, okay, and is telling by the mercy of Vyasa. Vyasa is the spiritual master of Sanjaya. He bestowed him the facility of Doordarshan, right? He can sit at any place, think about something, he can see and he can hear. That's where he could see the wonderful form of Lord Shri Krishna's universal, gigantic form. He could hear entire Bhagavad Gita, and he is telling to Dhritarashtra. In fact, Vyasa said, even I'm ready to give you, oh, Dhritarashtra, I will give you the sight if you want. He said, no, I mean, anyway, by birth I'm blind. What will I do with that? I don't want. This is how people don't take the mercy. What if he could have taken that mercy? He could have got the darshan of Krishna in that sense, right? He has never seen Krishna at all. He could have seen that. But he has a fear. Probably if my children die, I have to see with my eyes. Right? Probably. Why that probably? Because to the heart, the core of his heart, he knows he was always trying to defeat Pandavas, trying to kill them. You see? He has a bad thing and he knows they are fighting in the Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yuyutsavaha, Mamakaha Pandavascheva, Kimakuravata Sanjaya. He is concerned. Oh my God, this is a place where all sadhus were doing great yajnas. It's a very auspicious pilgrimage place where only righteousness will win. Now, my son tried to kill Bhima. He gave the poison and did. My son actually tried to robe Draupadi. My son did like this. Oh my God, he remembers everything. He's afraid now. Dharma Kshetre, not ordinary. That is Kurukshetra. He is concerned. So he was already knowing something may happen. So he said, no, I don't want. Foolishly, people assume certain things, presume certain things. That is mental speculation. And then they don't do, end up not doing devotional service. Prabhu, I think I may not do this, I was also like that only. There is a long story. I don't want to tell now. But I was, anyway. So the spiritual masters will change it. Foolishly we may think, Prabhu, I think I cannot do this. But it is, I think, right? Who am I? Am I a great scholar to think I should take shelter of a spiritual master? Say, I think I can't do it. What do you say? You say, you rascal, you do it now. I'll make you do it. I mean, they give us the tips, the tricks, how to do and everything. It's so simple. So here, why did I bring this very point? Is the spiritual master is the medium for us to know the Supreme Lord. Just like when you are driving the car, the front, what is that called? Windshield should be so transparent, right? Without that, can we drive? If we remove that, hey, anyways, I'm seeing, right? What is the use? Can we drive? We cannot. It has to be there. Through that channel only we can see the entire scenic view, whatever you want to see and drive, right? So to approach Krishna, we need to approach a transparent, via media, the bona fide spiritual master, because he will not concoct things, he will not speculate things, he will not misinterpret things what Krishna has said. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, Sanjaya's feeling is, Krishna, whatever Krishna has spoken to Arjuna, right? The same thing I am hearing, the same thing we are also hearing. That is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita, you see, by approaching the spiritual master. अरे वापस क्यों नहीं जाता है यार? Resume slideshow. Anyway, so let's go to the now. Yes, Kritika Mate.
It is important to know that Ramayana and Mahabharata are real stories that took place and were carefully recorded. And the Bhagavad Gita, which forms a part of Mahabharata, also is a historical event that took place and worshipped by millions of people.
You see, and he's showing the photos there just to make sure that we are emphasizing that this Bhagavad Gita is not a story, it's a history. It's okay, it's a itihas, yeah, history, right? Story, I mean, It's not.
Stories can be
fantasy,
but they're not fantasy.
Sorry, what is it? Whimsical. Right? These are the true things. Okay. Ramayana and Mahabharata are the real histories that took place and were carefully recorded. And that's where it is being given to us now. So we need to know the importance that Bhagavad Gita can never be misinterpreted. Okay, do not miss the goal of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Mataji, please read.
The world in modern times on Gita society's goals and needs by which allow instead of Krishna's scripture. Shri Krishna spoke about the Gita. However, when we know Krishna in a Gita system, even in ordinary affairs, if there is a some political influence, one is spoken. Because they are political leaders. Lord Shri Krishna is the solution for the subject and world of you. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita to moderate Muslim without reference to Lord Krishna.
So this is the slide which is talking about goal of Bhagavad Gita has to be very clear to us, right? In the modern times, people form Gita societies and there are a lot of meetings. They sit here, they sit there, they do so many things. But are they really understanding what is what? They keep a lamp and then they are deliberating. Just now we discussed, right? They keep a lamp and try to meditate on and so on and so forth. But the reality is something different. They cannot reach because there is no pure devotee from whom they are listening. So we are all coming from so we are able to understand it. Otherwise, it is easy for us to get deviated from the actual path. Okay. And it is said, how can there be no Krishna in Gita society meeting? It is wondering. Prabhupada said one time in one lecture, Dr. Radha Krishna, who is our Indian president, in those days has written Bhagavad Gita. And in that Bhagavad Gita, there is no personality called Krishna at all. He was really saying, this is not the right way of doing it.
I would say back home, I would be more by satsang, but they are talking about Krishna, but there is no Krishna.
Oh, there you go, live example.
And there is big one Guru, they have their own Guru and Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
And
They-
I don't see Krishna.
Yeah, they don't believe Krishna. Krishna on the side platform. Parde is not at all available. What kind of Bhagavad Gita they are learning? Mental speculators. They go nowhere actually. They are all in Maya, unfortunately. Think about how fortunate we are to get connected to this. It's not ordinary. Please don't take this so lightly. Oh, we are coming, we are having prasadam. Somebody is sitting and somebody is telling. No, your people are spending so much of time. Take this very seriously. There are so many people who are unfortunate. We have to, our duty is to turn those unfortunate souls to fortunate souls by introducing to Krishna consciousness. You see, how can we introduce them when we ourselves don't know what is what? When we ourselves don't follow what is what? Okay, so we have to study the scriptures and become a nice devotee, perfect in this knowledge, right? Then we can go and do that. So here it is said, even in the ordinary affairs, people put this Gandhi photo, Nehru photo, etc., etc. Unfortunately, in India, there is no holiday for Janmashtami. At least in India, where do we get holiday? There is no corporate holiday for Janmashtami. But then still, it is hard. Schools they may have. Okay, there is no, just like here, federal holiday means it should be followed by all the states. Where is that? It is too tough. People have just got, I was hearing 9 states in India are Hindu minorities. They talk about. Hindustan mein Hindu minority ho gaya. What is this? So, of course, our topic of discussion is not Hindu, Muslim or Christianity. This is because we are hearing from some non-bona fide people. We don't understand. We think this is all mythology and then we give up. But Prabhupada has no support, not even a single person supporting in any way. But he went all over the world. And that's because of his mercy, we are all sitting together here. And even now he is also preaching through his books. He's living with his books and he's preaching. So this is about the first introduction one, and then we can jump into the next introduction. Now I'll stop myself with some questions. and then we will see. Any questions, any comments, concerns? No questions? ना बात है। So shall we go into the next one?
You ask them this question, if you want to learn Bhagavad Gita, but what do you think is going on? You ever ask them this question?
I did not ask them. I am only allowing them to ask me. I know. Okay.
So what are your expectations? What do you think that is there in Bhagavad Gita?
So
Just to understand.
this is a topic for discussion. He is Manohar Chaitanya Prabhu, one of our wonderful devotee here. Okay. So he is also involved in preaching to the youth. And some of you may know it. Okay. But then, so let's deliberate. What is the question here?
What do you think?
What is in Bhagavad Gita?
Okay, you already got some idea from him, but when we just came, you wanted to know what is Bhagavad Gita. Okay. What do you think it is? What do you think is going on? Students. Yeah, I mean, just like, what do you think? I mean, it's
Just a general discussion.
just a
We want to
general
fun.
discussion. Like, what do you think is there?
Liberation to knowledge.
Like, for example, I'm just telling, if we go to a movie, okay, so we must have heard something, right? It's a thriller, it is like, mystery, it is like, comedy, action, okay. Okay, so I'm going now there to experience that. Okay, so like that,
What
when
are
you're
your-
coming for a Bhagavad Gita class, like, what is your expectation? What do you think is there in
Liberation to knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, liberation.
Okay, so that is what like you heard about and wanted to understand when you wanted to learn about it.
And I think we coming from India, we always have some excerpts that we remembers to before actually the whole Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, yeah, it was always means to understand life and the goal of life better.
Okay.
That is unison.
Yeah,
If I'm at a high level, I'll say unison with the supreme Godhead
okay.
and going through life in a way that you achieve that.
So that you think these are the things that are described in the book, so we can understand it much better by learning, right? So, yeah, I think this is exactly what I wanted. Like, you all can share, like you can share what you thought about it. Okay. Yeah.
As far as I heard from news and all the references, it always came in front that President Abdul Kalam used Bhagavad Gita for his success. Then most of the successful people used it.
Okay.
But still, I never read it, or I never took Bhagavad Gita, or I never went for it because I was ignoring it. And when I had some problem, then I came for guidance. So basically, the only one thing I understood that proper guidance. For that I came for Bhagavad Gita.
Very good. Anybody would like to share? Anything else? Yeah, not
So I
necessarily.
think this is what like life guidance. I mean, that is what success mantra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, yeah, you have to like see, this is self-reflection. We should understand ourselves. Understanding is, soul level is really difficult at this moment, but let us be honest with ourselves, try to understand. See, and when we always keep that in mind and then look at what is being presented, then we can, through compare and contrast, we can easily update ourselves. I mean, it's the only reason, right?
Yeah, you wanted to share something. Nama.
So my
Nama.
expectation
Yeah.
was, we have always heard when we were little that you should read Bhagavad Gita or you should contemplate upon it. But then when you're smaller, when we were growing up, when we were in our school days, we didn't get that much time to read Bhagavad Gita and stuff.
Yeah.
So that thing was always in our subconscious mind, and it needs time. That seed needs time to grow. And I think it was this time when the seed is now ripe and you yourself are so hungry to know what is Bhagavad Gita.
Wow.
Doesn't matter how it's going to benefit. What is Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah, that's
We
correct.
know there is Krishna, okay, but what is Krishna doing?
Yeah,
What is Krishna doing? We know there's Arjuna. What is he doing? If Krishna's message was just simple to the Arjuna, he could have just told, hey, Arjuna, it's fine. No questions, fine. No questions, fine. But what was this whole story about? Not story, but the whole chapter. So I think I learned Bhagavad Gita, like what was exactly Bhagavad Gita.
That's good.
It wasn't just instructing Arjuna to fight. A lot more things in there.
Then that.
so it is like coming from an Indian background that is actually helping us.
Silver spoon.
Yeah, that is the silver spoon. Like we need not be taught about the importance. We know it is important. We don't know why.
But still,
Yeah, so that is what he's trying to explain, right? If I
having that a seed and curiosity to learn. And,
Exactly.
exactly. There are a lot of people who might have died even they were born Indians or what. They didn't never got opportunity or interest to learn.
Basically, that question, when we are answering, in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse, we already discussed that. There are 4 kinds of people who come to Krishna. Right? So, inquisitiveness, or need a guidance, okay, or somebody may need something else, and so on.
Yeah,
So,
they wanted to pursue it.
Yeah.
Like understanding the goal.
do you remember what we discussed that, right?
Mm.
Who are they for? Remember?
No, who wants it?
भाव
Instant.
प्रभाव अभाव
Bhav, okay.
भाव प्रभाव अभाव like if you need something like
I don't think I spoken those words. Yeah. You might have heard somewhere else, but that's not the answer
जिनको
anyway.
spiritually advanced होना है, जिनको
हाँ.
अभी results चाहिए,
Just चाहिए.
भगवान से कुछ चाहिए,
कुछ चाहिए, हाँ.
और कुछ ट्रेड करना है भगवान से.
हाँ, ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, हाँ. एक हाथ दे, एक हाथ ले. हाँ. So there are people who are struggling and suffering. They need a shelter, right? Artho. And then one is a jignasur. I want to know what is there. Just like he was telling, right? हम सुनते आ रहे हैं लेकिन उसमें है क्या उसमें? He is only telling get up and fight. Then further 700 verses have been spoken or what? It's a simple statement. He could have given and things should have happened, right? Artho, jignasur, artharthi. Artharthi is a person who want a wealth, who want opulence, who want lots of money, blah, blah, blah. And then Gnani cha Baradarshava. Gnani means knowledgeable person. You want to gather more and more knowledge. So he will study and study. Some of us definitely do, right? More and more accumulation of knowledge. There are so many PhDs here, I know. So they may do it. And that's how it is. Anyways, any other questions, comments?
Others also like they can do it. And Mataji was also telling.
Oh, you want to say?
Interrupted her. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
First, I just wanted to hear.
Because my expectation is I already read Bhagavad Gita but I heard on a lecture like if you read with in the group with the spiritual master or the Shiksha Guru, then you will understand more because he is or she is a pure devotee.
Yes, that's where we are trying to understand from Prabhupada. Good. Okay, so
I
yes.
want your version. What is your reflection on what you've learned from Gita so far? And I mean, we did come up with an expectation, but what did you find?
When I started like, Naman. Okay. I have heard a lot about Gita. I had millions of people telling Gita is so amazing. People say, Gopal Nagmar referred to Gita, whatever. So I was hearing a lot. Einstein said something about Gita. I mean, whether all of them are right or not, we don't know. But great people refer to Gita. So what is there in Gita? I don't even know Gita was some sort of secularization, something. So, but I got the opportunity, then I understood, okay, Gita contains a map. It contains a map of our life. As a human being, you know, as a person who is in a position to read about Gita, you know, I can understand what should be the map of knowledge. It puts everything in perspective. Nothing will remain in confusion.
You mean the manual, right?
Yeah, manual, the manual of life. Okay. See, for example, you should understand like I have a life, right? So what should I do with my life? What should I expect with my life? And it is not that I am going to live forever. Okay. So I came to understand. I started up with that. I mean, but when I came, I started understanding a lot of different other things. I mean, it made me understand the things which I didn't even want to learn. Okay. And it was for my good. It is not for my bad. I never felt, oh, okay, I came for something, I got something. I got more than what I wanted. That is the power of truth. Okay.
So you had self-realization and your ultimate goal. What's your ultimate goal? What do you?
No, I didn't even have this concept of self-realization and all that stuff. Okay. I got to know that there is something called self-realization after reading Bhagavad. Okay. So, and I started developing a curiosity that, oh, okay, this is the goal of life. So, okay, if
What
I
is this is the goal of life? What is
yes, self-realization. Okay, self-realization. I mean, so it can be put in different ways, but a very simple way to tell is self-realization. Self-realization, God-realization. Because understanding self, understanding God, and understanding this whole world. This is the meaning of knowledge. And what is the interconnection between these three items? God and world, me and world, okay, and God and me.
So we can definitely discuss more in
So these
detail.
are the stuff that
You can personally meet him after the class, and then he will give you a lot of
you can
insights. Okay. So I was just thinking, I can do one thing. I can just rush through or run through what we discussed in the first PowerPoint presentation. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Just to go through, because not everybody were from the first class, right? Because it is 3:42, 20 minutes are there. So I was just thinking, is it okay? Then let me do that so that we will very quickly go through that. Now, we don't spend much time, but those people who are attending for the first time, at least they will have. So as I said, these are all the presentations which I'm simply using as it is from Radhe Shyam Prabhu. Okay. So nothing prepared by my side. Okay. So we started with this introduction to Bhagavad Gita, spirit of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. This is based on the teachings of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. And we saw his history, how he brought up in the childhood and how he connected to his spiritual master, and then how he started all alone in this, and that's where we learned. And then we finally saw that, he got into the Jaladuta, this one, and then finally he made an attempt to fulfill the instructions of his spiritual master to go over the Western world and preach Bhagavad Gita. That's all he is putting an attempt, and that came out to be a grand success, grand success. And we see that this cover book will have 5 different topics which we will be trying to discuss. The spirit in which the Gita was be approached. Let me do one thing. Am I sharing my screen? One second. Actually, I want to share this in the Zoom. I don't think there is anybody in that. Okay, no problem. So we saw that, spirit of Bhagavad Gita, we should understand the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, the subject matters of the Bhagavad Gita, the process for understanding this Bhagavad Gita, right? And the result of understanding this and how practically apply this knowledge. So with that, we started actually, right? And then the spirit of Bhagavad Gita, one should theoretically at least know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the first thing. And it has to be heard from a pure devotional service. And it is said only by the process of devotional service, one can revive one's relationship with Krishna. Otherwise, it's not possible. Okay. And then this is the spirit of Bhagavad Gita, where we started with Bhagavan. Who is the Bhagavan? Okay, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We went through this. Okay, we gave the example of Markandeya Muni, who got the Krishna's wonderful darshan, and he learned that. And then we talked about the Bhishma, who is again proving that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We see there is a Purushottama, Maryada Purushottama, and Purna Purushottama. Okay, it's all the same personality in different form, Lord Vishnu, Lord Rama, and Lord Krishna. And then we brought in this Brahma Samhita's first verse, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govindaha, Sarva Karana Karana. We discussed that elaborately. Okay, and then, okay, this is just, I'm not going into detail. So there, actually in that Krishna's mouth, this whole universe has been displayed there. There was a little video. And here is Lord Parthasarathi. Krishna is great. Okay, and Krishna's opulences prove him as supreme, right? And what is Bhagavan? Okay, that one who possesses, what? That has been explained, whether it is a beauty, it is wealth, it's knowledge, it's strength, it's fame, it's renunciation. Okay, all these things we saw that these are 100% there with the Supreme Lord forever. Who is Bhagavan? That's what we again deliberated on those 6 aspects. Okay, and then one who possesses 6 opulences in full. And then we just said Lakpati, Arapati, Karapati, but Krishna is Lakshmipati. Right? Krishna alone is Lakshmipati. आप कुछ भी बन सकते हैं, लखपति बनना, अरबपति बनना, बन जाओ भाई. लेकिन लक्ष्मीपति तो एक ही है.
3 worlds, spiritual and mundane.
Everything rests in me, Arjun, just as you see pearls hang upon a thread.
So that's what here, with a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So, Ekam Shena Stito Jagat. Prabhupada gives a wonderful thing, Ekam Shena Stito Jagat. Of course, it is true that, he is with his single energy, he manifests everything. But the beautiful thing is, Prabhupada says, Krishna is sitting at one place, but he can do a lot of things in other places. People don't understand. They're confused that, people say that, oh, we give 10 laddus as prasadam, but we get back 10 laddus. What did he eat? He did not eat. What can we counter argue with those fellows? It is too tough, right? But the point here is, when the 10 laddus are coming back, that's already been eaten by the Supreme Lord, but he can eat through his eyes, he can eat through his smell, he can eat through his any of the senses. He can do anything with that, and it is coming. So it is tough. For example, one time we were going for South India Yatra along with the devotees, and in the train there was one person who was sitting, and exactly this question he asked. Oh, you people say that eating laddus, 10 laddus came, and there was one senior devotee who was sitting. He said, okay, I will give you the answer. He said, do you have any book? You read in a book? He said, yes, sir. I read this book. He brought in a book. What does this book contain? He asked. He said, knowledge. Are you sure? He said, yes. It contains all knowledge. Okay. So now you read one page. What did you get? Knowledge, he said. But I'm seeing everything there. What did you gain? Nothing. The book is as it is. What did you gain? You didn't gain it. No, sir. I gained knowledge. How can you say you gained the knowledge? Everything is intact there. Then he said, in the material world, in the material realm, you learn the knowledge, you receive the knowledge, but still knowledge is there in that book. Krishna accepts prasadam, but it appears that it is still there like that only. If he wants, he can eat everything. And then he quoted one more wonderful example, and so on and so forth. It is tough, people do argue. Anyway, so Ekam Shena Sito Jagat, with a single fragment of energy, he pervades everything, he does everything. Lord Krishna's supremacy is accepted by all acharyas. We understood this, Ete Cham Shakala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the Swayam Bhagavan, Krishna. And here we say that all great sages like Devarshir, Narada, Asito, Devala, Vyasa, and you yourself are claiming you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So I accept this, right? The great acharyas like Madhvacharya, okay, Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everybody is accepting you as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All acharyas have confirmed Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of God, Purna Purushottama. And here we said that, the key point over here is at least theoretically one should accept Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And now, spirit of Bhagavad Gita, the next item was Bhakta. And Arjuna is like a great Bhakta. We see that, right? So, we see here, who is that? Sudama. Is such a friend. He is reciprocating to his friend. No matter whatever he is, at whatever situation, poverty stricken, but Krishna is reciprocating, right? Only by the process of devotional service can one revive one's relationship with Krishna, right? Bhaktyamam abhijanati. And these are the 12 Mahajanas. We have elaborately discussed this as well, right? And from this slide onwards, Apad Bandhava. You see, Apad Bandhava means at any urgent moment of distress, horrible circumstances, Krishna will come to protect. And here we discussed all these things. So this was a quick snapshot of what we discussed. Okay, just to run through. Some people did not. Now I can open up for any questions. 9 minutes left to 4 p.m. And let me show you this. Next week I'm going to start. We are going to a little bit more deeper. Don't feel this thing that we are still in introduction. It appears so, but we are going to learn a lot of things. And this is wonderful thing. Again, Radheshyam Prabhu, purpose and subject of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So next week onwards, I might go little faster than what I have been doing. Okay. And it's our driving thing, you can drive fast, you can drive slow. Okay. So next week onwards, we'll start from our this introduction. Okay. Anything now? Open to questions,
So
comments.
this question might interest a lot of us here.
Mm-hmm.
By being materially very successful,
Uh-huh.
we can be really great ambassadors of this movement, spiritual upliftment movement. So how to kind of associate spiritual upliftment with material success? How to make spiritual upliftment a reason for your material success and therefore being better ambassadors of the whole thing.
Anybody can become a great spiritual ambassador in any given circumstances. Not necessarily academically he should be great. Not necessarily he should be a great scholar. Not necessarily he should be a wealthy person. If they are there, good, that you have some punya karma, you are a millionaire. That's good. You can use that. In the 10th chapter, 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, what is that verse? Prane arthe diyo vacha. Okay, there are 4 things through which we can serve the Supreme Lord. What is that? Prane, through our entire body, mind, and my life. I will put my life. Okay, and he can do wonders in devotional service. Okay, and he will not do anything. And those are the people who are brahmacharis, right? We see that people have completed their education in IIT and IIMs and so on and so forth. They gave up everything, took up on the monkeyhood in their life and dedicated entire life. Otherwise, they could have got a lot of dollars and dollars and dollars, right? But are they not the great personalities who are taking this forward? Yes, they are doing it. Materially, see, zero. They don't have a job. They don't have a family. They don't earn anything. They're dependent on something. Sometimes we see that they're begging. No, it's something they are very, very special. They have given up everything for Krishna. Are we ready to give up? Not really, right? Giving 2 hours time is also horrible. Somebody want to sleep. Somebody want to do something else, right? Yes, joking. Okay. So it is hard to give up our attachments, correct? But then here, one can do any. Ardhe means the money. I have lots of that money in the service of Krishna. Prani ardhe diyo vacha. Diyo means the intelligence. I said, you have a great intelligence, build the website. That's it. That's a service to Krishna. I have greater intelligence. I create some artificial intelligence chatbot for all the ISKCON Chicago people. Think about it. You know, somebody will say, I am wanting to suicide. Can I do it? Somebody will, out of frustration, they will say, these fellows have a chatbot. And then we will see a wonderful answer coming. No, we cannot do this. You have a wonderful life. You see? Did I tell that example? And one time in Mumbai, okay, there were two devotees who were always going, knocking the door and doing the book distribution. Suddenly at one apartment, one lady opened the door with a very furious face. He said, what nonsense you people are doing? You know what I'm doing? Why are you disturbing me so much? So much of things. And then they were afraid what to do. Should I enter the house? You know, they said, sorry, madam, we are not here to disturb. But you should know what I'm doing at my home. You understand? She was screaming like anything. These people got bewildered and they took these two boys inside. They were afraid. They said, come inside. I'll show you what I'm doing. Come inside. Come inside. Somebody asked like that, will we go? नहीं भाई, thank you. पता नहीं क्या shoot कर देगी ऐसा लग रहा है. So she was so much strong. These people didn't understand. But then you should come. Then एक दूसरे को देखे, यार हाथ पकड़ के अंदर जाएंगे यार, कुछ तो होगा इधर गड़बड़. It will be a fearful situation. They entered. What did they see? For a very great surprise, there is a table on which there is a chair, on top of the fan, she was almost put the rope to hang and she was about to kick the stool and these people are knocking and knocking and knocking. And they were shocked. Oh my God. Then what? She said, you guys, I should kill you before I kill myself because you did not allow me to kill me. What kind of reciprocation can somebody give in that kind of situation? But Krishna intelligently gave them an answer. They said, yes, Mataji, you are anyways gonna die, right? Yes, I'm anyways gonna die. This is a frustrating life in my life. Please give your life for Krishna. That's all. What? She was bewildered, you know. Give your life to Krishna. You are anyways going to ready to give your body, right? Give it to Krishna. Use it. We will use it for Krishna. What do you mean? Please read this shloka. Then they started preaching. She's a great devotee in Mumbai today, okay? She's a great devotee today. So anything can happen. Anyways, so prane arthe diyo vacha. Vacha means orator skills. One can speak very nicely, whether this language or that language. He can convince the people. If you have that, go ahead, study Bhagavad Gita strongly and go ahead and tell to the whole world that this is the book which makes me real happiness, which gives me real happiness. Otherwise, I've been struggling in this material world with good for nothing. Just like a pendulum. It is said pendulum has no goal. Sometimes it goes this corner, that's it. It has no place to settle. Our life is like that. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai. Bhakti Lata Bij. Brahmanda Brahmite. We are one time going to the Swargaloka. From there, Tapaloka, Janaloka, boom, Patala Loka. What is the use? Prabhupada is saying, what is the use? Going there. People do lots of sacrifices. I should go and into the moon planet or sun planet or this planet. What will you do? Ultimately, you will fall down again. Kshine punyem mrityu loka basanti. Bhagavad Gita is telling. So don't get mesmerized with these things. If we have anything, any skills in us or any positions with us, somebody is a great politician, right? He will use his influence to make everything. If you know anybody here, tell me, we should go and tell every hotel should have Bhagavad Gita along with Bible. So what's wrong? People can read, they can choose. The thing is, our life is always between A and B and D actually. B means birth, D means death. And the middle is C, choice. We have a choice whether to take up Krishna conscious seriously or not to take up Krishna conscious seriously. So actually, this introduction of Bhagavad Gita, we learned so many things. One time somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, why your introduction is so lengthy, Prabhupada? 32 pages, why you have to write so long? He said, in this world, it is very hard for some people to even touch Bhagavad Gita. Okay, they don't have time. For some reason, he ends up reading introduction and goes somewhere. At least he will get that sukruti of reading Bhagavad Gita, because I included those very important things. And that's so wonderful. Yesterday, we were discussing that wonderful story, right, Prabhu? That lady who was doing book distribution. What's the time? 3:59. Okay, next time we will discuss that. No, Story time. So one lady, one Mataji was distributing books in European country, okay, in the railway stations, okay. And naturally, a lot of people have a pushback. They don't know why you are giving me Bhagavad Gita. And somebody may ask you also, hey, you are going to Bhagavad Gita class? Mother or father or uncle may say, hey, we are paying you money for reading your MS, MTech and PhD. What are you doing nonsense? Why are you reading Bhagavad Gita? कुछ है क्या दिमाग में? ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं. And his question is matters, right? What are we getting from this Bhagavad Gita? Yes, as I was hearing one lecture, everybody is equipped with weapons, but don't know how to use the weapon. फिर क्या होगा? Can you use? युद्ध करने जा रहा भाई साहब ने, right? All the weapons are there, but he cannot use it. So we have engineering graduate, medical graduation, this, that, all those things, but I don't know what to use. At a given circumstances, everything, just like Karna, he has everything, but at the right time, he forgot the mantra. He cannot use the power. What is use? So Krishna consciousness is very, very essential for all the age groups. Anyways, that Mataji was distributing Bhagavad Gita, and one man who was atheistic, envious person, he took the Bhagavad Gita, he scrambled below the shoes and tore it off, and then he pushed her from the running train. Think about how envious or demonic person is. He threw her from the running train. And then this fellow, he took the Bhagavad Gita, took it to home. Okay. Sorry, Prabhu. In another 1 minute or so, I'll complete. Sorry. So, what happened in that? Okay, I'll complete this story, or should we do this story later next time? नहीं, कुछ अब अच्छा ही बाकी है. To be continued is the better. I don't want to rush. Okay.
What happened next?
What happened next? Yeah, this is serious. Okay, let's join next week without fail, and then we'll continue from there. Actually, this is very good. TV serial, huh? That's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining here, and thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhubhyo cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Very helpful. Thank you so much. Oh, I have to work.
नेक्स्ट वीक्स में आएगी.
वो नहीं आ रही क्या?
मेरा वर्क शेड्यूल था वो शिशु का.
Oh, okay.
नेक्स्ट 2 वीक्स.
Next 2 weeks. I started recording anyway.
हाँ.